Jeremiah Norbert and Dr. Kenny Anthony have not been assigned ministerial duties under the new SLP government, at least for now. It was a revelation which took many by surprise, considering Norbert's historic victory and Anthony's decades of experience holding some of the highest offices of government.
Before I gave any consideration to cabinet positions, I met Dr. Anthony and advised him that I'd like to name and appoint him as a senior minister in the new government. I also invited him to select any portfolio that would interest him. Dr. Anthony advised me that he would not be able to take up any new cabinet position immediately, as he had to undergo minor surgery in the next few weeks and would need time to do so. He also had a number of legal matters to handle and would not wish to disappoint the clients whom he had agreed to represent. Consequently, we agreed that we will revisit my invitation in 6 months. It is my hope that given Dr. Anthony's undisputed experience, knowledge, and skills, he will help to shape the policies of the government and mentor the young, inexperienced ministers in our cabinet.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre has stressed that Anthony will not receive a minister's salary during this period. Instead, the former Prime Minister will only receive the usual compensation for elected parliamentarians. Despite the heavy expectations regarding Jeremiah Norbert's political future, the youngest elected representative was also not appointed a portfolio during Thursday's swearing-in.
And as we ease him into the political leadership of this country, as he continues to pursue his academic qualifications, and as he continues his physical healing, I've decided to, in the first instance, to offer him the position of Deputy Speaker. I will revisit with Honorable Norbert in the short term, and once his progress is satisfactory, graduate him to the next level.
While that decision has been met with significant backlash, the young MP has denied any suggestion that he was sidelined or excluded. He says it was a conclusion arrived at after careful consideration and consultation.
I have to thank the Prime Minister for honoring my request. He gave me the option of choosing having a seat at the table as it relates to ministerial portfolios. And he was generous to me. However, with many things considered, I opted to assume the role of Deputy Speaker of the House of Parliament. I've been given the assurance that I will be invited to Cabinet, so it also gives me an opportunity to get a fair understanding as to how Parliament procedures operate, getting myself familiar with the standing orders and with Parliament procedures and whatnot. So it puts me in a position, by the time that I'm ready to take up that ministerial portfolio, it would be a smooth transition for me because I'd have already understood. It gives me like an orientation period to learn the ropes, and then I would be in a better position to take on a ministry.
And while he understands the disappointment of his constituents, Norbert has asked the people of Micoud North to acknowledge how this placement best positions him to work in their interest.
All constituents feel good about having their MP as a minister, and I'm not sure as to why there is that type of affinity. And because we also get the complaint where people say that they feel ministry takes away the presence of the parliamentarians in their constituencies.
Norbert further suggests that it may be necessary to rethink the common perception that being elected to represent a constituency automatically means that one should receive a portfolio.
In certain instances, if we are quite honest, this has failed the constituents where ministerial portfolios takes precedence over that of the constituency's needs. And I believe that as much as I say we change the culture, I believe that automatically you winning a seat does not automatically put you in a position to run a ministry. We've been cultured that way, but I think that this is something that we need to reflect on and see whether or not this has been working for us or whether it has even failed us as a country.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, meanwhile, has assured that no constituency will suffer any disadvantage by virtue of their elected representative not being assigned a ministerial portfolio. For Choice News Now, Amani Matre reporting.
To join us to put our country first.